This is for Nick. This is Living Room Requests, and he has asked for something, no surprises here, very, very depressing.
But a very advanced composition from George Gershwin and Porgy
Oh
and
my
Bess.
God, yeah.
Buckle Up was a very emotional song.
Yeah, I would never have done that. Well, aside from the fact that Porgy and Bess, by the composer's and lyricist's intention, should only be people more melanated than myself. But I think there seems to be this kind of convention whereby if you take something from it, like, say, Summertime...
Oh, and you're not singing the whole thing.
And you're just doing an extract, you're doing a little bit from it, then, you know, I mean, Bill Evans... I haven't heard that version, actually. It's famous. People use this as a as a what do you call that thing?
Jazz standard.
Jazz standard.
Well, it wouldn't be the first
Standard.
Gershwin to be used as that, would it?
Do you remember the Evening Standard sellers? They used to go
Yeah,
standard.
Not too long since.
Standard.
Sorry about scratching my arm. I think
do you mean,
practicing
sorry?
this gave
Did
me
you?
some insect bites. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
just
scratched it in the middle.
Multiple times. I was like,
it's jazz. It's jazz. Anyway, this is amazing. I have heard recordings of it. Basically, as with any opera aria at all, there's basically Leontine Price and everyone else. And this is no
Poor
exception.
everyone else.
I know. Well, there are several fine interpretations of
should
this.
take a fine thumbnail picture,
fine
Patricia.
thumbnail.
I'll have the keyboard just like this.
There's a lady called Cynthia Clary who does an amazing version. There we go. Cynthia Clary, she does a wonderful because it's very well photographed. It was a production, I think E&O or something, or Royal Opera House anyway, from a number of years ago, and it's beautifully filmed. And it has this amazing where he's laid out. So this is the beginning of the opera. This is the evil deed that is performed, the murder that causes the rest of the opera to happen. And it's her husband, and she comes down, Serena, and she, in this production, she's supposed to be the one putting the covering his corpse with a sheet, and she tries to, and she cannot bring herself to cover his face. And she sings this because she can't, and it's an amazing staging, and she's brilliant in it. So I do recommend finding that one.
That was just us reading music.
Yes,
but it was I think
Nick.
There's still an impetus.
Nick paid double. I just might say here, which I thought, oh gosh, that's generous, and then we took a look at it and we went, okay, Nick knew something about this. It is a lot of work. It does a few things that are quite unexpected. But it's an interesting thing, the Porgy and Bess whole story of it. It's interesting about the reception of it, even when it came out,
Right,
when it was released, when it was first performed. There were a lot of people who said, look, this is really kind of showing some negative stereotypes. Like, we think of that kind of discourse as very now. Like, it's like, let's have a story which doesn't involve slavery and hard times and murder and all that sort of thing. Back then they were saying the same thing, like, let's have a normal plot. But having said that, the stipulation that only black people should sing the roles has led to so much talent being heard and getting out there, and so many careers being made. So actually, it's brilliant. And there is I need to read this out because I thought it was very funny. There is an apocryphal story about Duke Ellington saying that, the times are here to debunk Gershwin's Lamp Black. It's a quote from him, which wasn't true, apparently. So Duke Ellington actually liked it. And apparently he repudiated this article shortly after its publication, and his response to a revival of the opera in 1952 sent a telegram to the producer and said, your Porgy and Bess is the superbest, singing the gonest, acting the craziest, Gershwin the greatest. Singing the gonest. I love that. So Duke Ellington approved, so, but I don't know what he would think about me singing this. But it's living room requests. Nick has asked for it. Nick has been absolutely amazing. Love the sad things he's requested. This is the saddest, I think.
All very melodic.
I don't know if it is the saddest. They're all sad that he's asked for, except for one, which was happy.
Except for one that was tragic.
Things Are Looking Up. Wasn't it Things Are Looking Up he's asked for? Anyway,
that was our version. And if you'd like to request one, you just go to patriciahammond.com/request.
Oh!
Or click on this QR code that's on screen now.
Oh!
And then you just go to the link there, and you can check whether the song's been performed. No, it's still on.
Hidden.
You can check whether the song's still been performed or not yet. And then if not, you can send the money on PayPal, and it'll come on your screen. And then you can send it to all the people that you know in real life and on the internet. and be like, hey, this is a request for your birthday, for my friend, for my feelings, for what it would just sound like with Patricia and Matt, or whatever reason.
I think that's
wow,
what
my
Nick...
arm is so itchy. I've ruined this
you
video.
Must have... Oh,
with some cream on straight
it must
away.
have been...
It's because we ate our dinner outside for the first time this year.
Yeah, we did.
April.
Did. He's over and visiting.
That's what
and
happened.
Doing these.
I got a sensitively bit. Anyway, let's not distract from the requesting process, our gratitude to Nick.
Yes.
Our thingy.
Do say a couple of words about the music. I think it's very interesting because you have played a lot of notes.
I mean,
you
don't think there's anything left to say about...
You did a bloody good job.
I don't think there's anything less to say about the compositions, arrangements of George Gershwin. I mean, he didn't do a lot of his own orchestrations. That should be noted. Most famously, when he wrote Rhapsody in Blue, obviously when he was in his 20s, he wasn't the orchestrator on that. Not that that's to put it down, but basically what you can see from his piano arrangements published and also the audio recordings and rolls is he loves multiple, his voice was the orchestra in a way because he loves multiple, in a way in a choir, like in a way in a choir, this is the music going across the stave. Be that way, I think, for you. Can't work it out, too tired. But basically, the music's going one way or the other, and all of the individual voice, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, whatever you want to call it, it's more in an orchestra, obviously. They're all got their little weaving going on. This is the best way I can describe it in an abstract way. And even when he writes the piano stuff, he has this going on so much times, so much of the time throughout the music, and it's a way that in many jazz players is kind of lost when you reduce it to just the plain, big top level harmony.
Well, basically.
And he does a lot of things. Yes, it's jazzy, but there's a lot of things that are not in jazz because or not in the way that
art music.
Jazz and swing was standardized, because he does certain harmonies kind of slightly outside of that, slightly added notes and conventions of patterns of relationships between blocks of harmony. I mean, that you don't hear all too often in kind of, I'm saying jazz in a very loose term, a lot of jazz players. And then if you make it jazzy, you sort of round in those Gershwin-y corners off.
Yes.
Not least to say all of these trombone, bassoon kind of lines coming up on this.
All this
if you just listen to Summertime, for example, that's the absolute prime example of that. Yes. The way it's composed, I wouldn't say it's nothing like nearly everyone plays it. Not in a classical context, but it's one of the most differing things to notice. Yeah. It really is notable how much extra harmony, added notes, and these weaving parts. I tried to do some, but it's actually really difficult on the piano because the timbre is the same. What you need is a wizard gem.
There are not enough notes on that to play this, but we the thing is grandioso. All this to say, I printed out 2 different versions: the orchestral reduction, blah, 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 and a lead sheet. And the lead sheet got short shrift. He was like, no. And this is ridiculous. Like, this goes to a point where the engraver or the arranger just went, oh, the hell with it, and added a totally different stave. It looks like organ music. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous part, very complex. You managed it, well done. He did his usual analysis to take it apart and then put it back together again.
Nick got a 15-minute video. We appreciated that much.
He just looked. Thank you, Nick. Well, we appreciated it, and he did pay double.
A living room request
of his own volition
in its 6th year.
We appreciate.
See you all next time.
Hopefully.